Hello and thank you for tuning in to Dukascopy TV. I'm Dermott, and today I'm joined by Thomas Wilson, CEO of Sirius Commodities here in Geneva, to have a look at his forecast for gold for 2013. So Thomas, thank you very much for coming into the studio, and of course Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you, and thank you for having me back on the studio.
So how would I look at gold? You know, HSBC recently lowered its forecast. It actually expects the bullion to be quite volatile this year. Now, how do you think gold is trading so far, and what do you expect for 2013?
Well, I think that the concept that gold will remain volatile or will be volatile is absolutely correct. I think that the fundamentals and the geopolitical problems that exist on the planet will cause a lot of problems for various countries, and that will have a very large impact on the gold market. The forecast, or the lowering of that forecast, is to me a bit of a surprise and seems to be in contradiction with the fundamentals and with the importance that gold seems to be increasing in all the portfolios of the different countries of the West and actually of the emerging countries.
And Thomas, what do you think will be the main drivers for gold for this year?
Gold will depend on several factors. If you look at the 4 points, the central bank activity is going to be one of them, and I will go and cover each point by point. Jewelry demand, industrial demand, and then of course investor demand. I believe that central bank activity will, if anything, increase during 2013. The announcements recently by the German central bank to repatriate gold to Germany in such a massive fashion, I think is just a precursor of what is to come. As Germany brings gold back to their country and depletes the reserves of other central banks where they had left that gold, it forces a demand from those other central banks, and countries are getting more and more aware of the importance of gold. Gold has also changed status. On the 1st of January this year, gold became a AAA rated commodity, and therefore the importance of having gold in your portfolio for a central bank, for a bank, or for any a speculator actually increases in importance. So I think central bank activity will grow and not decrease, and therefore I think that is one of the reasons why demand for gold will, if anything, increase over 2013. Jewelry demand is different. The crisis across the world, in Europe in particular, and of course in America, has meant that demand for jewelry, for very large expensive pieces, has decreased, and I think that that will continue to be the case during the year. So I don't think that jewelry demand will actually improve at all for 2013, and probably will stay lackluster for quite a long time. When it comes to industrial demand, again, a high price of gold often causes problems. The high price of any commodity will lead to substitutions, and therefore I think that industrial demand will remain relatively flat to maybe down a little during the course of 2013. However, just like central banks wanting to increase their activity in gold, I think that speculators are also looking at gold and continue to look at gold and will want to increase their portfolios by moving away from paper into the physical gold market. And therefore I think 2013 is going to see tremendous demand by all the speculators across the planet, and that is why I remain extremely positive for the price of gold.
All right, and now let's have a little look at silver. You know, what are your kind of expectations for silver prices for short, mid and long term for 2013?
Silver always has to be looked at in conjunction with gold. Of course, if gold drops dramatically, silver cannot on its own simply stay strong and move up. However, we have seen that on the industrial side, silver remains very strong. Our company has had very large inquiries from industrial consumers who need and want silver. I am about to fly to the Far East because of this demand, and it's literally hundreds and hundreds of tons that are being asked for, with mines struggling to meet that demand. So I think that silver will again remain relatively strong. I mean, it can't disassociate itself completely from gold, but I do see silver actually increasing in price, and I wouldn't be surprised to see silver go back up to the high 30s sometime in the near future.
And platinum, many seem more bullish about platinum this year, you know, instead of gold. Would you agree with this?
Platinum is a very complex commodity, and I think sometimes more complex than gold and silver, because there is a large industrial use, and also the production is in the hands of a few. And it therefore, I think, much more difficult to predict the movement of platinum than it is necessary for gold or silver. I think that if you look at the last 3 years, platinum has disappointed in its performance over 3 years versus gold or silver. And I still think that platinum will continue to disappoint compared to the other two. I think platinum is at a fairly comfortable price level today, but I think it is very difficult to expect platinum to take on 10% or 15%, whilst in the other two, gold and silver, I think that is very likely.
And Thomas, finally, in terms of profitability for your company this year, are you quite positive, or will you kind of feel like you might face some challenges?
Facing challenges, for that I am sure. However, the challenges that Sirius Commodities faces today are extremely positive. We've really managed in a period of 6 months to establish ourselves very well. We are growing. We are seeing investors come and talk to us. We have shareholders who are coming and backing us with very solid funding. And therefore, I think that for us, 2013 is phase 2 of Sirius Commodities, whereby we will establish ourselves not only in the Western world, but also have a very significant presence in Africa and in third world countries, where naturally we have to go and purchase raw gold and bring it to the refineries. So for us, I think 2013 is going to be the best year that we've seen so far.
Thank you very much, Thomas, for coming back into the studio.
Thank you very much for having me.
And thank you for watching Dukascopy TV today. Now, if you enjoyed this interview, do have a look at the website for many, many more like it. But for now, goodbye.